Hey everyone, it's Amador, and I wanted to show you guys what project I've been doing. I'm on this clean and well, not clean and simple, but maybe simpler compared to what I've done before in the past projects. So because this past year I've caught myself without cards. Like, I need to prepare cards because before I would have the time to do, spend days and days on a card. You guys, there are cards that I've never shown you guys that are so crazy, I mean, so much on it, and just so many beautiful things. Like, one time I was asked by Nathan's mom to do a card for a coworker, who the people there found, saw the cards that I made, and they wanted a special one, I mean really special one for someone's birthday. And the lady loved it so much, she actually took it to Michael's and had it framed in a shadow box. I'm like, had it professionally framed, excuse me, with like museum glass and everything. I'm like, it was a card, super awesome. So, but I really have to catch myself, like, really I have to make, sometimes I don't have the time where it comes up. I need to make birthday cards, baby cards, because everybody's getting knocked up. I need to have cards on hand to be able to, because I feel, and I've been told, like, you couldn't even make, like, I've been basically told, like, just flat out, oh, you have a whole craft room and supplies, a YouTube channel, you couldn't just, make me a card, like, you can just make a card for my baby or something, or from, like, oh crap, you're like totally stuck because you're like, well, yeah, I have all this stuff, I just don't have the time, so I really need to find simple ways to make cards, make them beautiful, still have it in my style, still add my style, but simple, just like the last card that I made with the lemons. I mean, this is very simple, easy to make, but it's something that I've been wanting to do, but I just haven't had a chance. So let me show you what I used, and this is all from, except for the Misti, this is all from Traci's shop, artofsupplies.com. So I use the Apple Bloom because I'm making, and you can use, let me grab this other one, any of them. This is because it's a little girl card. I'm going to make several, and then I'm going to use the Spring Lake for little baby boy cards. And there's also, she also has the Painted Flowers, and FYI, you guys, sorry for the glare. Apparently, Painted Flowers is a, oh, here it is, no, it's still got the paper, a limited edition. So get that while it lasts. So like I said, this is with little boy, girl, and all my scraps. Look at all these scraps. I've also been working on a mason jar card with this, and I'll show you guys that later, but it's just a little bit more work. And there's and I used so I used this is the Waffle flower, and she has these stamps, and you can ask her for them. Congrats. And if they're sold out, you guys let her know and she will get them in for you. This is the congrats, and this is the congrats word die. And look, here's a little peek of what I did. And this one has a double layer bow, a congrats, and a heart. And this stamp will fit inside that heart, you guys. So the cool thing is you can use this for like so many freaking things. And I'll talk about it in the video. The cool thing is, well, the funny thing is, I was halfway through my project, and then I'm like, you know what, I should probably show how I did instead of just talk about it. But not only that, I boo-booed. I made a boo-boo. So I wanted to fix that boo-boo, and I just kind of wanted to talk about that and, see how I don't slip my wrist with that. So what I did was I used this Misti tool. And if you guys saw my Instagram post, this was a surprise gift from a very sweet, kind person. Thank you. You know who you are. I love you. The funny thing is, it got here. There's a box, and I'm like, I'm not waiting for anything. And this was a birthday present, by the way. And it got here, and I'm like, I didn't order anything. I'm like, who's it from? And then I'm reading it, and then I'm like, what is it? And I read it said My Sweet Petunia, and I'm like, the only thing My Sweet Petunia makes is the Misti. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like ripping in this box, like that little, if you guys have seen that YouTube video about that little kid that got a Nintendo or something like that, that was me. I was like totally freaking. Nathan's like, what? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, no way. And I rip it open, I'm like, no way. And he's like, what is it? And he's like, I'm like, it's a Misti. And the look on his face is like, there's a person in there, I'm like, no, it's a Misti. And so I showed him, and then I had to show him some videos of Jennifer Maguire using it and stuff like that, because this is essentially for mass producing stamps and layered stamps. I mean, this makes the layered stamps so easy, but I didn't do that this time. I totally went a different way, and what I did was I decided to do this, where I used my stamps, and keep in mind, this stamp is straight. So I tell you, and I will show you in a bit how I did that. So this is and this is ideal for using square cards because I love making square cards. And this is like 5x5 cards because I wanted it eventually to fit in a 5.5 by 5.5 envelope. So this is what I made. And once again, I think I've probably talked more than I needed to, but I really wanted to show you. This is what I made. Here is the what is it again? Apple Bloom paper, and all it is just on cardstock. Oop. And I'm going to actually, let me grab these. I have little extra, see, look at this. This is happening, people. This is going on right now. Because the inside is so plain. So what I did was I made this 5x5 square, and you can do this with any size. Basically, just figure out your size and then get your stamp. Your stamp may be already curled. If not, the Misti is perfect for you to layer it, and I'll show you guys how I did it. But anyway, let me show you. So what I did is it says celebrate throughout the whole thing, and I wanted to make the ink just a basic ink color. I don't have I think this would be perfect with the ombre inks. I don't have them. Ironically, Nathan just got home from work. He's taking a nap right now. So after that, we're going to Hobby Lobby so I can get them because they have them there too. And I used the die right here to make the little balloons because I wanted the stamping, the sentiments, and everything to be very towards the back, and I wanted the little hearts to pop up. And like I said, this is very simple, so easy to make. And we will because I made halfway through my project, I made the video, so I made that part, and now I'm making this part to show you guys, you know, all the secrets of Hollywood, whatever. That's how we roll. But it says celebrate the whole thing, and it makes a perfect circle. And I just love how it looks like the C is off, but it brings it in, and I absolutely love it. It says congrats on your new baby, and this is for my sister's friend Jen. She's having a baby shower pretty soon, and I'm like, you know what, I need to have a card. I'm actually making some of the decorations and some of the embellishments and stuff for the baby shower, but I'm like, you're gonna do all this and not show up with a card? Like, seriously, dude? Like, seriously. So yeah, and it was just very simple. And this is just a popped up on little pop dots. Super easy. It took me about 15-20 minutes to figure out this card. Usually it could take me hours and days sometimes because I wanted to do something, but I just absolutely love the way this turned out. It could be done in blue, it could be done in whatever color. It can be done in greens because these collections, this Tilda paper has a lot of greens. So if you don't know greens and yellows, if you're not sure, you know, the sex of the baby, there you go. And personally, okay, you guys, this is kind of mean. And while I do this, I'm going to glue some of these things on here. This is kind of mean, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, people that are having babies, please be adults. It's very, how can I put it? You guys think it's very cute that you're like, oh, we're just not going to tell the sex of the baby because we want it to be a surprise. Well, you know how much of a pain in the butt that is to buy presents for your obnoxious child that hasn't even been born because you're just being obnoxious? It's ridiculous. Now, if we're back in the 20s and you couldn't, we didn't have, whatever. And the worst thing is, here's the thing. It's not like people are are saying, oh, I just don't want to do the ultrasound because it's, the radiation, or I don't know, Pluto's going to come out of the space and hit us. I don't know. It's not even that. They did they actually did the ultrasound. They know what it is. They're just being annoying. People just want more attention. And I know that's kind of mean, and I'm sorry if you're one of those people, but let me just tell you from the other point of view, it sucks because especially if we like you, this makes it really hard not to like, really hard to like you basically because, we want to get something nice, especially if we like you, want to have something, a real beautiful present, and you're just totally making it hard because you're just being annoying. So anyway, so on these, I already have the little, the little bow, drawn on there. So what I'm going to do is just figure out where I want these. I'm going to put them on the left, and then just, just little squiggly lines. So I'm going to go ahead and just use all three. I think, no, just use two. Okay, so, on these, since I'm not going to put dimensionals on it, I'm just going to put some ATG, and we're just going to put it right there. See, look at that. Easy peasy. So yeah, so sorry about that little rant, you guys, but it is really annoying, especially when, it's very inconsiderate, because, your friends want to get you presents. Here, we will go ahead and do this one. And for your baby, because we're not psychic. And then all you're gonna get, and by the way, you don't realize this, but until after the fact, all you're going to get are yellow and green clothing. for your little child. And the funny thing is, if you guys have watched any of my previous videos, I don't like yellow. So if I had a baby, trust me, you will damn well know what it's going to be. So anyhow, enough of that. I'm sorry for the rat, you guys, because also the little video I have after this kind of shows you how I made the front of it. So there you go. See, and these little things, the little hearts flow into here. You write your little message. You are good to go. It is super, and you saw how quick and easy it was to do that. And they may not be perfect, but they look adorable. My little squiggly lines. I'm gonna tell myself they look adorable, but whatever. You don't have to believe me. So anyway, so that is my another simple card, you guys. Like seriously, you're gonna see. Just stay tuned to so I show you how I made the front, the card front, and yeah. So here we go. Okay, so like I said, I was halfway through this project and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should show it because I boo-booed something and you guys could see like kind of my process, okay? So, I see I already had tape on that. So what like I said, I used the Waffle Flowers stamp set, and this one is called Congrats. And this is the die set called Congrats Word. And Traci, you can order this through Traci's shop, like I said, in artatechsupplies.com. So let me just show you kind of where I'm at the moment, where I basically stopped. So this is the end result of what we're going to do. And you see here, I smudged it there with some ink because I wasn't paying attention. So I figured, hey, let's do another one to show you where we are at. So this is cut at 5.5. I'm sorry, 5 by 5, because I wanted it to fit in a 5.5 by 5.5 envelope. So using my Misti, what I did was it's easier if you have it off to the side, this panel to the side, so you can ink it. I cut a 5 by 5, and then I went ahead and put, let's say I'm going to use this for example. I put the stamp set like right here. Okay, so this is where I want it, and off to the side, off to this, hanging off of the corners, because you are going to curl it afterwards. So I put it like this, facing down, like it's gonna stamp, and then I just, all I did was I picked it up, well, this word is longer, so I picked it up, and then I put it back over here, and then I picked up the edges and I curled the side that I've on both sides. I curled it about the same, so that way when you stamp it, and then of course you check it and you stamp it, and it's right over there. Now this one seems a little bit off to the side right here. It looks like way off, but once it's stamped, it's right on there, and I like kind of how it brings in the edges, so I kept it like that. So, and all you have to do at this point is just ink. And the funny thing is, I realized that I wasn't inking well enough. So the cool thing is you can restamp, and with the Misti, it stamps just perfectly to where you were. So let me show you what I was doing at first. I was like, oh, la-ti-da, you know, not paying attention, thinking, you know, I'm not going to do anything. But look, see right there, actually it stamped perfectly well. So all you do now is, and if it didn't, you just stamp it again, turn it over, keep turning it at, and I think the harder part was that this was a brand new stamp set, so you kind of have to condition it. You have to get ink in there, because if not, it pulls, it puddles up a little bit. So once again, you just press it down, and all you do is just keep turning your, see, look, that one I wasn't paying attention. You just turn your paper. You just keep turning your paper, and it will catch right on the same area. And what you can also do is, once this, you can also check your circle dies, and once this is stamped perfect circle, you can actually then use your circle die and cut it in a circle if you want. Right now we're just going to make it simple squared to be able to fit on that square card. So obviously I wasn't inking well enough. I can see right now that I didn't ink it well enough, but like I said, easy peasy, no problem. I think because I'm still getting used to the Misti, I'm either over inking or under inking. So either way, you can see your end result, and then you just re-ink it and you are good to go. So all right, let me see, I have a little too much ink on the side here. All right. So, and see right here, I got ink on it again because I'm not paying attention. I'm still getting used to my my Misti, like I said, and I'm still getting used to like having this extra platform on here. So, but the cool thing is, like I said, you can just cover it up. You can and what I ended up doing is now that I'm more conscious of what happens, I can be more conscious of, and I just want to take this off right here just for kicks. More conscious of what I'm doing to make sure I don't have those problems. And the only reason I have that that ink spot right there is because I'm using the magnets instead of like putting it on the corner like everybody does. But I'm crazy and I'm, you know, not paying attention. So there is that part. And if you, okay, here, let me see. We still have the congrats. I mean, the congrats and the new baby. So what I'm going to do is, I know I have a cleaner for this, for the Misti. The only thing is, it's over there somewhere. I put it away and I forgot where. So what I'm going to do is just going to clean the stamps, maybe dry off this little thing right here. The reason being, let's say, you can actually do this separate, and then I would stamp this on to make sure I get all of the ink off. All right. Here's the reason being. Initially on this one, and once again, look, I already have tape on it because I was how to tape it and I put it on there. Initially on this one, I just put it on a stamp block and put it here. But I was like, you know what? I have my Misti, might as well get everything done. This way I can do them all. Like, let's say if you're going to mass produce this, because this is how it's purposely meant to be. You could do the celebrate and then take it off, per se. And to do the celebrate portion, then take it out and then put in the congrats on your new baby or whatever it is you're doing, and you're gonna face them down as usual. Now the reason why they're on the lower half is because I'm going to put the balloons on the see, now I remember to finally put that there. So on the upper half of this to give it more color, because that's where the color is going to come from. I'm going to make some with the those ombre ink pads. I'm going to have to go, they have them in Hobby Lobby too. I think Traci had some in her shop, but like I said, you can also get them at Hobby Lobby. So all you do now is just ink this bad, and for some reason this congrats and the baby part took ink better, but I have a feeling it's because it's not curved like the other one. So all you do is then press it down, and even if there's ink on that one, it's perfectly placed to where it originally was, so you don't have to worry about it. See, there we go. And you see there's like a little bit of smudge. That's where the smudge happened. I should have done it I should have done it the other way, so the smudge was on top, and I can cover it with a balloon. So I have to really get my cleaner, and I learned that the cleaner you can actually buy at like the Container Store. I think Marissa showed that on a video. So now I get to put my Misti away. So here we go. So now I did already cut some balloons, and all I did was I just, with a multi-liner, a pen, you can do whatever, just draw a little line, a little chintzy bow, and just do that on all of them. And we're going to finish up this last part. Let me bring this a little closer. Let me see, I'm going to use the one, because just in case that one's not dry, I'm going to use this one, the one that I originally got. So all I did was, here, I can do it on the back of one of these. So all I did was I just drew the line, and I've seen so many people do this, and there. It could be perfect, imperfect. When you're tying balloons, it looks like a hot holy mess. So now, this thing keeps taking, like I said, I was almost done. I have glue already on this. I cut this to 5 3/4, so 5 3/4, so I can set it down, and it would have a beautiful little pink layer. And since I'm not sure, I just don't want to smudge any ink, because my hands are a little sweaty now. So there we go. So this is my card front, and it'll go on whatever card. It's plain. Very, very, very plain and simple. I was going to cut this out, and because you can also do this, if I can get this to work, you can also do this with the congrats die and have it popped up and everything. But like I said, we're trying to make it simple, quick, because last year I found myself so many times without cards. I want to have extra cards to be able to give out. So here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to take these little, yes, I'm using foam adhesives, the little things, and it's because I have so many and I just kind of want to make this a quicker video. Look, boom, what smudge mark? Where'd that go? So all we're going to do is just add 2 little ones, and because I have tons of these, like I would get them when they would go on sale. You can even cover the celebrates on any side because they're throughout the whole thing. On this one here, and I love this Tilda paper, and this one is the, again, this one is the Apple Bloom, because it has pinks, like I said. The other one, the lake, is perfect for a little boy, baby shower, you know, for everything, you guys. It's so cool. And remember the painted flowers, apparently that one, like Tracy said, that one's like a limited edition, so I think that is super cute. Let's see here, because I feel like this one has just way too much empty space. We're going to add, ooh, I have a green one too. And I just, you know, and I just cut up my scraps of these because it's a little hard. Oh, and I didn't get to show you guys. They also have, this thing also has, this heart stamp that goes with the quartz with the die. But once again, I felt like, you know what, I was starting to do it. I'm like, you know what, that's just an extra step that maybe they don't want to do. So, you know, we're not going to do it. So right here, I have quite a bit of balloons. We can stop there and back with your pen, your multi-liner or whatever. Since you already drew a bow, I would go underneath it, lift it up a little bit, go underneath it, and then just, you know, little squiggly lines. Lift up the little thingamahoozits again. Another little squiggly line. Lift this up again. And just, you know, just draw little squiggly lines throughout. And, see? And the cool thing is none of these have to match. It doesn't matter how squiggly your lines get. They are going to be absolutely gorgeous. Okay. So I was thinking of putting another one here, but I just felt like it was overkill. So it's that is it on that part. And now all I will do is just making a mess, is just place it on a and so you were probably thinking at the beginning, this is super plain, super stark, but it has a sentiment, it has the point across, it has everything right here, and we basically just filled it out. And now that we put balloons on this side, this doesn't feel so empty because it takes your eye up, and you start from the bottom and it takes your eyes up, and there it is ready for to just be mounted. And I should have mounted it on the card base to begin with. So, and the cool thing is with this stamp set, let me grab it again, you can just do the same template. You can actually make tons of these without having to put an actual reason for it, because it says celebrate, congrats, and then whenever, like, you can have all of this prepared with balloons and everything, whatever you want, and then just whatever happens to come up, like, you know, a graduation or whatever, just take this little one, boom, stamp it on that, and you are good to go. Because I think that's what I'm gonna do. But just don't tell anybody in case they get this card and they're like, wait, Amador made these like 500 years ago with a baby one, and he just slapped on, you know, congrats on your new home. But, and you could do these in different colors, use your scraps. Really, the only one you use, and the only reason I did this in a whole, because typically I would have cut this out to save paper, but I just wanted to go ahead and do this real quick instead of having extra steps. But that is how, you guys, I use my Misti tool. So hopefully that helps you guys, and so yeah, so thanks for stopping by, and I will talk to you guys later. You guys check out Traci's shop. Bye, everyone.